Welcome to the International Volleyball Academy, where we gradually teach you how to play volleyball. In the previous episode, we introduced yellow mini volleyball, designed for children aged 6 to 8, where the ball is caught and passed to a teammate by throwing it with both hands or one hand. The teammate catches the ball and then throws it over the net. Next, we covered orange mini volleyball for children aged 7 to 9, where the ball is caught and played overhead with the fingers after a self-toss. The teammate catches the ball and then plays overhead after a self-toss over the net. Finally, we discussed red mini volleyball for children aged 8 to 10. In this stage, the ball is played overhead, and it's possible to use a pass above the head. On the third contact, the overhead play is prohibited. Overhead play and the restriction on bump forces children to naturally position themselves under the ball.
We also encouraged you to be patient if the practice of proper setting technique doesn't immediately translate into gameplay. Time will resolve this, and we also mentioned that red volleyball without bump doesn't mean neglecting the development of bump skills in training. Today we'll introduce you to two more types of volleyball games.
Green mini volleyball as a game is designed for children aged 9 to 11. It is played in teams of 3 on a court, measuring 4.5 by 12 meters, with a net height of 220 centimeters. The game begins with either an underhand or overhand serve. Bump is only allowed on the first touch after the opponent's serve. On each side, the ball must be played with at least 2 touches. The reason for this rule is to prevent the game from becoming like tennis, where the ball is immediately sent back over the net on the first touch. Instead, the rule encourages children to control the ball on their own side. If the game is initiated with an underhand serve, green mini volleyball closely resembles red mini volleyball, with more emphasis on receiving with the fingers, as the ball travels slower in an arc, giving children enough time to position themselves.
However, children soon realize that the serve plays a crucial role in the game. As a result, they often opt for an overhand serve, sometimes even jumping to perform it. While this can lead to more errors, it also becomes an effective way to easily score points, as receiving a serve at this age is particularly challenging. This brings us back to the familiar issue of the difference between receiving a slow-moving versus a fast-moving ball, which we discussed in the third and fourth episodes. As we mentioned, we address this by increasing the speed of the ball during serve reception drills in training. But now we are focused on the game itself.
However, if the ball is well controlled during reception, such as after an underhand serve, green mini volleyball also offers a game with more rallies, which children enjoy and which strengthens their emotional connection to volleyball. With red and green mini volleyball, we successfully eliminate the boredom that often occurs, especially among boys, when the ball is frequently on the ground and not in play. This was a common issue in the past when players started directly with six-a-side volleyball.
And now we reach the finale of the colorful mini volleyball project, Blue Mini Volleyball. It is played in teams of 3 on a court, measuring 4.5 by 12 meters, with the net set at 205 centimeters for girls and 215 centimeters for boys. Teams can no longer be mixed. The game begins with either an underhand or overhand serve. The only restriction is that the ball cannot be played over the net on the first touch. Otherwise, all rules are the same as in regular volleyball.
In the gameplay of these children, we can already see clear attempts at offensive hits, either from the ground or even from a jump. Boys in particular are especially keen on this opportunity. Unfortunately, if the children haven't gone through red and green mini volleyball and haven't fully automated the footwork needed to get under the ball, blue mini volleyball matches can sometimes turn into a digging war. In such cases, children rely on digging because they can sometimes reach the ball without moving, but the outcome is usually unsuccessful. However, this doesn't prevent the children from experiencing the emotional thrill of the game.
In blue mini volleyball, serving plays a crucial role. At this stage in a child's development, they are already mastering the basics of spiking, which allows them to effectively use overhand serves. In addition to the overhand topspin serve from the ground, as we discussed in episode 18, children also attempt jump serves and even spiking serves. While error rates are high, a successful serve can cause significant difficulty for opponents on the other side, sometimes leading to matches where the game becomes a battle of who can serve better.
In fact, we encounter issues that will continue to challenge players throughout their volleyball careers, such as faulty serves, poor reception of serves, various misunderstandings during play, and communication errors. All of these issues will be resolved over time, and with increasing experience, the game will begin to take on its standard form.
The entire colorful mini volleyball project, culminating with Blue Mini Volleyball, is designed to kickstart and motivate children for their future volleyball journey. For example, one of the best Czech volleyball players, Lukáš Vášina, who now plays in the top Polish league, went through the colorful mini volleyball project as a child. Our young players will follow in his footsteps, moving through U14, U16 and U18 categories, just as Vášina did. He was a key player in the U18 team that won the European Championship. We will conclude our exploration of mini volleyball, covered in the last 2 episodes, with a transition to the U14 category, where traditional 6-player volleyball is played. We dedicated the entire first block of the International Volleyball Academy to training specific skills for players up to 14 years old, from episode 1 through episode 21. We hope you've learned as much as these boys from Prague, some of whom you might have seen in the training segments. And now, let's recap today's episode.
Green mini volleyball is played in teams of 3 for children aged 9 to 11 years. The use of bump, underarm pass, is allowed only for the first contact after the opponent's serve. On each side, the ball must be touched at least twice before being sent over the net. Blue mini volleyball is also played in teams of 3, with the only restriction being that the ball cannot be played directly over the net on the first contact. Otherwise, the rules are the same as in regular volleyball. Boys and girls now play separately.
What's coming up in the next episode? To complete the entire block on volleyball for players up to 14 years old, we'll also look at the development of conditioning in volleyball. At this stage, it's more about establishing a basic foundation of strength training, which is crucial for ensuring players are not only technically and tactically prepared, but also healthy and physically fit for performance.